Hello, please confirm.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir,
Your
it's
screen is
visible.
visible.
Thank you for confirming. So as we already gone through the different data types like integer, string, boolean, array, list, path, exist, we have to see today. Then move file, that again we have to check how we can do that. We'll go one by one. Then stuck in here. So in control structure, we have a different types of control structures like if else. We don't have flow decision in Power Automate Desktop, but we have alternatives to go by using a label. We have a label option. By using label option, we can switch from one loop to another loop, from start point to end point. We have a different terminologies over here, but we can use those things and we can get work done. Then in place of delay, we have a wait activity. So by using wait activity, we can pause our bot execution for a respective time. For example, if you wanted to stop your bot or pause your bot for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, until unless your next action is going to execute, you can use that use of delay. So switch, again, we have a switch control structure available in Power Automate Desktop by using different cases. Let's see, we have 5 different cases and we wanted to have 5 different flows to be executed depending on the situation. Then by using switch, we can start using the switch and we can get our work done. While is the again control structure we used for the certain things, certain actions, certain conditions to be set, and for each to iterate each files or each actions, each uh, item one by one. So I'm just going by like basic things. Those are like a very beginner for this technology or any of the programming skill. I'm just going like in high level how we can compare the actions available in Power Automate Desktop. Guys, just give me 1 minute. We are talking about like these conditions, if else, then other conditional related things. We should understand why we are using these types of conditions. So first condition is if and else. So the meaning of this condition is we have to check the value or we have to compare the things between certain static value or certain dynamic value. So let's see, if we have certain condition, for example, we have some variable, the value of that variable is, let's say, 5. So if we wanted to check the variable value is less than 5, then we supposed to do certain actions. And if the value is not less than 5, then we have to do other actions. So for working as per our conditions, we are using this if else loop. So if our condition is true, then we have to do one actions. If our condition is false, then we have to do another action. So this is actually main understanding of if else, how if else is working. Then do while loop. So do while loop is like same as if else, but in if else we are checking condition first and then we are doing certain actions. But in while we are checking the conditions first and then we are doing certain actions. Do while we have same parameters as if else, we are doing certain actions and at last we are checking condition, but it is like in iterative manner. Again, the next loop is a switch, or next conditional thing is a switch. In switch, what we are doing, we are having lots of conditions or lots of cases, and by each case depends on our purpose, we can set the actions to perform. For example, let's see, we have a day as an input. For example, there are 7 days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we have 7 days. And if we wanted to perform certain actions on specific day, for example, on Monday, we have to do development. On Tuesday, we have to do some testing. Wednesday, again, we have a UAT or something deployment. So on the basis of days, we can specify the task what we have to do. So for if there is a input as a Monday, then we have to perform only specific actions. If the input is Tuesday, then we have to perform specific actions. So this is the actual phenomena we have to work in the switch. Then for each, in for each, what we are doing, for there might be lots of collection of the things that we have to do one by one. For example, there are 10 items in one folder and we have to do one by one, perform the actions one by one. So that is a for each. So I hope you theoretically understand what are the different looping concepts. Okay. Now I'll start by taking one small use case which you that you can understand very well how we can use the control structure as well as some part of the variable. I'll start with the very basic things. Now so let me tell you what is my scenario. I have two numbers, addition of two numbers I have to perform. My requirement means user should enter to first number, second number, input two numbers. We have to perform addition. So I'll start with a very basic or small use case. We have to add two numbers and that two numbers should be taken from the user. So yesterday we have gone through how we can take user input. So let me ask you which action I supposed to take the input from user. You can use comment.
Display input dialog.
Perfect. Whenever you need comments, you can add comments, addition of two numbers, and comments are not case sensitive or that is not actually considered while executing code. This is only for our understanding. Addition of two numbers. So yeah, Tarunam, you are right. We have to take display input dialog. So this activity is used to take the input from the user. So this first space you could see input dialog title. So this title is the title of the display box. So that you can put anything, for example, first number. And here you have to print the message. Please enter your first number. So the output of this activity is user input. We have to customize that activity and this button press is not needed. So you can just disable whatever you don't need. You can just disable that. So here we need user input. So in place of user input, we can rename that as a variable number as a number and o underscore first number. So what would happen here? The values of first number will be stored into the number first and o variable. Just make save. So first number would be asked to the user and user will enter this number. Then second, again to enter another one number, what actions we have to take? Same actions we have to take. In place of taking another, you can just Control C, Control V. You can utilize like same code once more time. Only you have to change the values. So in place of first number, you can use second number. And here again, just edit these things. Also variable, you can edit here only. Second. So right now we have two different input values. That is, first one is a number first variable and another one is number second variable. Now, if you have to do addition of these two numbers, how we can do that? Any ideas? Any just general comment I'm expecting from your side. If I wanted to have addition of these two number, I'm expecting addition of these two number. Yesterday we saw something this related to this. Any comment? Bhaskar, Tanmay, Shubhangi, Tarnum, Pradeep, from anybody. Can you please come again?
List operation.
List operation. No, actually, we have to add these two numbers. Addition of these two numbers.
If condition.
Okay. If condition, no. Actually, we have to add, means there should be some action that is combining these two values. So by using set variable, let me tell you, by using set variable, we can do assignments of operations, assignment of values. Yesterday we saw how we can assign two values in one variable. So for that, you can create one more variable here as a set variable that you can put as a number addition or sum. And here you have to put these two numbers addition. So how you can put? Generally, if you want to have addition, how you are doing? Let's see, your variable is number one. First variable is number one and another variable is number two. How you are doing? Number one plus number two. And you are creating third variable sum. So this is the general method you are following, right? Guys, whenever you want to add two numbers, what we are doing? You are taking one third variable and in third variable you are doing addition of these two numbers. Same thing we are doing here. So we have taken third variable. Action, you have to take only set variable. So third variable is sum, and we have to add two variables here. So already we have created two variables. First one is a team, please speak. Which variable we have taken?
Number first.
Yes, no first. So number underscore first number, that is our first variable. And in Power Automate it's different one, but I'll take another variable, number first variable plus which is the name of second variable. Number second variable. Okay. Is it simple? We can just take set variable activity. We have to rename the variable name as a number sum, and we can just add two values. And if you want to print that, how we can do that? Speak up.
Display message.
Yes, display message. And what is the name of the variable? No sum. Now we can just run the bot. So what first number is, let's see, 5. Second number is 7. It is asking like, please enter your second number. This is the title of your box. Now what we are expecting? What was expected and why the result is not coming as per expectation? What was the expectation, guys?
Addition of two numbers.
Yes, addition should be there, like 7 plus 5, that should be 12, but we are not getting that. It is coming as a string. The reason behind that is whenever you are using any of the concatenation, sum, addition, any of the operations, your variable name should be in between your 2 percentile. There should not be number of percentile available in between two variables. Now let us check. Again, it is coming as a 5, 7. It is expected to 57. Why it is coming like that? Any question, any points from your side? Any comments? Any comments? No comments? Let's change. Default value 5. Default value 7. Now try. Actually, I'm going to one by one step so that you can understand what are the different issues, challenges you might face whenever you are working. It's still not coming as per our expectation. Right? Why it's coming like that? Any comment? I have changed everything. Still, I'm not getting the value. In UiPath, this is not happening. But in Power Automate, this happens. Any reason? Do you know about default values to set in Power in UiPath? Anybody? How to set default value?
In variable panel, how to set?
Yeah, in variable panel we have option to set the default value. But whenever we are using Power Automate, we don't have that option to set default value. So whenever you are taking any of the variable, first you have to set the value of your variable as a default. You have to assign something so that Power Automate can understand that is an integer type, that is a string type. Right now it is by default taking as a which type of variable it is taking right now?
String.
String. So you have to put the variable as a first number. Let any default value you can put. So I'll take here another variable that is a and I'll just put breakpoint here and you can just check. Small things are very important, and now you can check the value of your num first. Here you could see the value is a numeric one. Got it? It's not coming still. Let me check why it's not coming. Yeah, here we could see as per our result, we got 5 value, correct? Team, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah. So whenever you are taking default value, we are getting the result appropriately. For the input dialog box, let me change the type of the variable. So you can check the value here from here. We'll try one more time. So let me check the value of number sum. It's not appropriately coming. I believe in input dialog box we have it's coming as a string only. In input dialog box it should come as integer, it's not coming. Variables are working fine, but this display input dialog box is not working as per our requirement. Why? There is like it's weird thing. It should not happen because okay, we'll tackle that maybe some of the action related issues we need to take care afterwards. But yes, you observe that whenever you are taking the addition, you have to take one number, second number, and variable of these two should be added as a number of sun. So till now you are got the answer how we can do the addition of this number. Only taking the value from the user, I believe in the input dialog box there are certain issues. It's not working. And we'll check and let get in maybe couple of sessions then. But right now I hope you are good to add these two numbers. Any questions till now? Hello. Any questions? Yeah. Okay. Now let us
Sir,
go.
can you please explain once again?
Okay. Okay, fine. Now our requirement is like we have to take two values from the user. So to take the values from the user, we have user input display activity already available. So to take two numbers, we have two additions, two activities we have to take, two actions we have to take. Input dialog box, this is first one and this is second one. But right now actually this is not working. So I have taken by default values. First number I have sent 3, second number I have sent 2. So right now we have two different numbers available and we have to add these two numbers. So to add these two numbers, again, we have to take third activities, that is a set variable. So to assign any values, any variable, we are using set variable. Now third action is used to add these two numbers. So number sum is the third actions, and in this number sum we are doing addition of these two numbers. This is number first and this is number second. So we have taken variable as a number sum. By default it's coming, we have to change the name of that variable, and here we are adding these two numbers. So I initially I have taken two variables, like by selecting here, you no need to go and check what is the variable name. You can directly just click on cross symbol and just search the variable name that already you have put. So the first variable is number first variable, and you have to add this number. So you have to add plus symbols, and then you can use number second. So this is second variable. But in Power Automate, whenever you are adding these two numbers, you are doing multiplication, subtraction, or whatever operation you are doing in between two variable. If you are putting these two variables continuously with percentage symbol, it is taking as a string. So you have to use this. You have to remove this 2 percentile, then only you will get the perfect results as per expectation. So this is the addition of two numbers simple use case. This display input dialog actually it's not working, might be some type conversion issue. It's not converting from string to integer. It is supposed to convert from integer to string because as per our rules, we have default value set as a 5 is number, but still it's not taking. I'll try one more time. It's again, if it is working by percentage symbol. Sometimes it's taking as percent, but let me try one more time. It should not happen that way. And from where you want to run, you can just directly run your bot. If you want to start running from this first action, you can run from here. If you want to start running from this action 6, you can get started. So let me run from 6th action. You could see number of values are available. A number of action numbers are available at left side. It's coming. Let me check number sum. No, it's not coming still. I'll just figure out afterwards why it's not converting. But till now you are good, right? Great. If you have a system, you can just practice this or your expectation from your side. Okay. Now next point is, let's see. We have a different operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. All these operations we have to perform, and on the basis of the operation we can switch. So that is another thing. Before that, I would like to take one more example related to finding the, again, small use case. I'll take finding the age from birth year. From basic things, so that will go in advance afterwards. Now let me start with the comment. Okay, so how to find out age? General comment from your side. How we are finding the age of any person? Birth year.
Current.
Birth year.
Yeah. So we are asking birth year of the person and we are just checking what is current year. And then age is equal to current minus birth year, right? Is this right?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So let us start with first. Again, input dialog is not working well, but still we'll try here. Birth year, I'm just asking. Enter your birth year. Then again we'll take one. Current year, or we can directly put as a current year. Now the same case is as previous example, like variable addition things. How we can find out age Which activity we have to take? Which activity we have to take?
Set variable.
Yes. Set variable is used to find out or assign the values to the variable. So here we can put number age. So age we can find. How we can find? The current year, current, what was the variable name? We haven't given the variable name. We have to check. Here we have given as a user input, but we'll change that as a, what we have to change here? The input as a number underscore current year. Am I right, or birth year? Which is right? Birth year, sorry. It should be birth year. So we got birth year, and here again, what here we have to change? Which variable name we have to change? Say something. Say something. I'm not able to listen from your side. Hello.
Current year.
Yeah, current year. So we got two values of two variable. Now in age we can just find out current year minus birth year. So from like baby step you can start understanding how Power Automate is working. And as already we discussed, no need to put like symbols here. Percentage symbol. We'll try. It should work. So what we'll do, we'll actually input dialog box is not working. Again, we'll assign some variables value, current year, current is 2023. It's and birth year we can set something value. And we can display. Actually, our purpose is not met. Actually, I was expecting to have some number from user and it should work as a addition, but no worries. There are certain issues in input dialog box. We can sort out that later. Why it's not coming? Let me check. What is the variable type? Variable type you're supposed to check. It's numeric. Birth is numeric. It is also numeric. What we missed? What we missed, guys? Percentage symbol should not be there in between two variables. Okay, it's working. So I believe you will start. Now let us consider we have some marks of the students, and on the basis of marks we have to categorize them, like if it's a distinction, it's first class, it's pass, it's fail, like that. Okay, so by using switch we can do that. Our condition or our use case is like we have marks of the student. Let's if it's 50%, then the person should be pass. If the marks are more than or 60, it's first class. If it is a sick, marks are like 60, above 60, greater than 60, then it is like distinction. And if it is a less than 40, then that person is a fail. So on the basis of the marks, we have to categorize the students' marks and we have to give the grade of the student. So how we can assign the grade? That we have to see over here. So let us see if we have marks as a 60. If we have marks 50, we have marks less than 40. So by using if and else we can do that. But if there are like 10 conditions, then we have to check all the 10 conditions one by one, and it becomes more complex process. So we'll see first by using if and else. First we have to take the value from the user. Let me use an input dialog box again. Right now we'll check whether it's working. I'll copy the same. Enter the marks. Enter the marks. Then enter your marks. If the marks are less than 40, if less than 50, greater than 50, we have to check the conditions. So to check the simple conditions, we can use if. So if is the action we can use to check what are the marks, and on the basis of that we can take the action. So for the input dialog box, we have to set the variable. What is the variable name? We have already taken birthday for the previous use case. Now we can change that as a number as a marks. And we can put the condition if marks are, let's see, less than 40. In marks, let's see marks is less than 40, then it should come and print something that your marks are less than 40, that's why you are failed. I'll just try first condition and I'll enter something. Yeah. Here input dialog box is working well, guys. Why it was not working in previous case, I have to check that. But here it's working well. Got it? We have entered 39 marks. It got fail. Now if I'm entering the mass greater than 50, it should not go into this flow. Let me enter some mass. So 50 is the mass entered by me. It is not coming into this low. So we are checking the condition. If mass is less than 40, then we supposed to print that you are failed. If the mass is greater than 50 or greater than 40, then that should come into the else condition. So to add else condition, we have left side panel and you can just check else. In UiPath, we had different things. In UiPath, we had direct if else loop available, but here to add the conditions of else, you have to take else. And again, you have to check the conditions. So in place of else, you can just delete this action else and you can take else if condition. So else if you can put if marks are again greater than 40. Okay, if marks are greater than 40, then that means the specific student is pass, right? Am I right? Getting condition or not, guys? What I'm doing, are you getting or still confused? We have to enter the marks from the user. If I'm entering, let's say 55, then it should go into the else part and it should print you are pass. Say something, guys. Shubhangi, are you there? Are you working?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Bhaskar, Tanmay, if you have any questions, please let me know. Okay, got it. Now, if the student is passed, so on the basis of his or her marks, we have to give the grade. We have defined one condition. If the marks are less than 40, then that person will be failed. And if the marks are greater than 40, then that person is a pass. But the person is passed, but which grade? So to give the grade, we have to use the switch statement or switch action. And you can just directly put switch over here. And which value you have to check for giving the grade? Which variable we supposed to put here? Any comment? We have to give the grade on the basis of marks obtained to the student. So which variable I supposed to pass here?
Number marks.
Yes, perfect, perfect. Number marks. So number marks is the variable I have to put over here. Sorry, it's different variable. I have to put number marks. You can directly go into the cross symbol and search marks. So it would automatically populate over here. Just click on save. Okay, now we have given variable name as a number mask for the switch. Now we have to set different cases, depends on mask. So we can add case action into the switch. So as you are dragging and dropping case, you will get one populated window where you have to name the case and what value you have to compare. So which value you have to compare here? That you can put. So if you have a less than 50 or what we have to put, we can put some less than 50. So less than 50 case that goes for passing criteria. No? So you can display one message. In case less than 50, that you passed, you passed with pass class or second class. Okay, this is first case. If we have to give another case of first class, then again you have to take one case action here. Okay, so here we can take one more case. Which we can put as less than 60. So less than 60, that means less than 60 means we can print you have passed with first class, na? Greater than 50. Or, let me check. If it's less than 50, and you can add one more condition, but I would not go for complex things. I will make one simple. Greater than 40. That makes sense. Means if the mass are more than 40%, then that person is second class. If the mass are more than or greater than 50%, that is a first class. Here you have to put you have passed with the first class. And if the mass are more than 65%, then that person is a greater than 65%. That is the distinction. So we can add that condition here as a the person passed with the distinction. Okay. Did you understand what I am doing and what I have done here? First thing is we have to enter the mass from the user. So if the mass are less than 40, that means the person is a fail. If the mass is greater than 40, then that person is fast. If the mass are greater than 40 or maybe greater than 50, we can make the condition as per our requirements. That person is passed with second class. If greater than 60, that person is passed with first class, and greater than 65, that person passed with the distinction. So you can just run the board and understand. You will get the grade as per the mass. So we can enter. Let's see if we want to have 62%. Then first you will get a message you are plus, and second you passed with the first class. These are the only conditions or some display messages I'm just using to understand better manner. But let's see, if you have first class, then you have to send email to the person that you got first class with distinction, like that. You can customize this switch activity. Any question so far? Because this is bit longer flow than previous one. Previously we had taken only 2 or 3 actions. Here we have multiple actions.
Share my screen. I have one issue.
Yes, please. Your screen is coming, but it's black, total black.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, it's I'm able to see your screen. Yeah. Please tell me the issue.
Sir, in last yes, sir. In last use case, when I have clicked in that display message, so there is no option available. Run from here. That is disabled.
Yeah. The reason is if you are running in between loops, that would not run. You have to either start from the loop or before that. Intermediate actions are not started execution.
Okay.
You can just start running from like first action or second action. It will work.
Okay.
Yeah, your message box is already displayed, maybe. Yeah.
Yes.
You just enter less than 40 value, it will go into the loop. Please enter less than 40 value, because you already made a condition.
Yes.
Is less than 40.
Condition. Yes.
Then 35 something. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
You can print certain message you are passed, like that. You printed the variable value. Okay.
Yes. And sir, here also I have one query.
Okay.
In yesterday's session, we have seen.
Okay.
Why this blank means orange is not display. So
yeah, just click on OK and go into the set variable value. Stop the bot.
yes.
You can double click so that it will automatically populate.
Okay.
Okay. Click on fruit name. Okay. Copy Control C. Just copy that variable name.
Okay. Yes, copied.
And cancel. Just cancel there. Cancel or save. That is okay. Save or cancel, both mean the same. Sometimes if you are creating multiple variable names, arguments and names, if your argument name same types of like input or output variables, you are creating multiple times, then value of previous variable might be assigned to this one. That might be the cause. And open that fruit name or display message.
Okay.
Open. You run actually.
Run. Yes.
Click on display message.
Yes.
Yeah, now you can just delete that older value and you can Control V. Control V. Go down. Default order first button. Okay. Okay, just save. And one more thing we can do. Okay, just try. Right now, try. For first value, first from set variable you have to run.
Okay. Yes.
So
Nice.
the reason is whenever you are like copying and pasting name or you are selecting maybe different name, that might happen.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Any other issues that you are facing? Any other questions from your side?
No, sir. I
Okay.
have tried this one. So this value also showed 0. So
Yeah, the
sum
reason
of the addition of the two numbers.
just go up. Maybe variable name might be different for you.
Okay. I will check, sir.
Yeah. Just check the variable name, that should be appropriate. If the variable
Yes,
names
sir.
are like different, then that happens.
Okay, sir.
Fine.
Okay.
Thank you, Shubham. Great work actually you have done so far, because almost you have covered the like yesterday's and today's session. Great work. Keep it up.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let me share my screen. Now next thing is we have different folders, files that is created by bot, or we need to do certain operations, depends on the folder exists or not, that we have to check. So we are going for that. So folder activities we are going to do now. folder activities. So in most of the use cases, you have to download different files available in different portals. Let's see, you have SAP, you have a different web application, desktop applications, and there are requirements from the business side. You need to download the files in the specific folder. So before downloading the files, you should check the path or folder, whether that folder you have, whether you have the folder to download the files. So related to that, we have certain actions available in Power Automate Desktop. If you search only if, then you could see lots of actions are available related to this if. So actions are like if folder exists, then if window contains, if image exists, if window exists, if web page exists, if text on OCR exists. So if the respective value is available, then only you can perform actions. This is a checking or validation of doing certain operations. So let me show you. In desktop, if I want to download the file from my specific web application or SAP in this POC folder, if I'm putting the path of this like C users admin desktop POC, and if this folder is not available, POC folder is not available, whether the file will download in this folder? This question is to you guys. Let's see, I have to download my files in this C user admin desktop or POC. This is my folder name. If you want to see, let me show you. So here in desktop, I have folder of POC. So if this folder is available, then only I can download the files in this folder. If the folder is not available, then what will happen? मुझे फाइल्स डाउनलोड करके पुट करना है पीओसी फोल्डर में, बट मेरे पास वो पीओसी फोल्डर ही नहीं है. व्हाट वुड बी द एक्शन दैट विल हैपन इफ बॉट इज रनिंग? क्या हो सकता है गाइस? Whether bot will work or it will fail?
It will fail. They shows an error. They will show.
Yes, it will throw error that the folder is not available. So whenever you are downloading the files, whenever you are moving the files, you should check whether the folder is exist or not. And to do that, we have a certain actions available in Power Automate if folder exists. In UiPath, that is very critical, guys. So you have to check lots of actions. Right now, UiPath is also becoming more mature in this case, but Power Automate is more mature for this folder related actions. Then some string manipulation, date manipulation is very, very easy in Power Automate. So what we have to check if the folder is exists, and here you have to give the path. So let me put the path of my POC. POC is the folder available, or you can just create new folder also and save. So if folder exists, if my folder is exist, then only I have to do certain operations. If the folder is exist, then I have to retrieve the files available in this folder. So again, to retrieve or check all the files available in my folder, I can use get files in the folder activity. And here you can give the path of your folder. So my path of folder is desktop and POC. Just click on OK. So what is the variable name created here? Files. So files means all the files will be stored available in this folder in this variable, that is string of array str files or downloaded files, you can see, or folder files. Just save it. So what will happen? First, it will check if folder exists. Which folder? POC folder. If folder is exists, then only you can get all the files available in this folder. I will show you what will happen if the folder is not available and what will happen if the folder is available. So in this folder, how many files are available in POC folder? How many files are available? say something. कुछ तो बोलो. Yeah, total 5 files are available, right? Now I have to do certain operations, means I want to delete the file, move the file, copy the file. I have to do certain operations for each files. So to do certain operations, I have to iterate one by one. So I have to take this file first, this the second file, third file, fourth file, fifth file. So this type of things I have to do. Which activity I supposed to use to iterate files one by one? Which activity? Pradeep. Pradeep, Shubhangi, Pradeep, Tarannum, Tanmay, what do you feel? Which activity I supposed to take to iterate the files one by one? I have to take all the files, but it should be one by one. First, second, third, fourth, like that.
Set variable.
Iteration means taking first file, then second, third, fourth file. We discussed yesterday. Perfect. For each. Thank you, Pradeep. So we can take for each activity. So for each activity is used to iterate your files one by one. Now, which variable we supposed to put here? Value to iterate. We have stored files in one variable. What was the variable name? What was the variable name, team? Getting my point or not? What we have done is
STR folder file.
yes, STR folder files. Yes, that is perfect. And here we can put store item into current item, or you can give another name also, like list or current file you can put. If you are renaming, that is okay. If you are not renaming, that is also okay. No need to change this current item into the current file, but for understanding, we are renaming that file. So what we have done till now, we have checked the folder, this users admin desktop POC. If that folder is available, then we have to store your all the files in one variable, that is str folder files. So your whole files, means how many files are there? Total 5 files would be stored into the one variable, and that variable name is str folder files. So your file right now, forget about this activity because your whole values are stored in this str folder files. So in str folder files, we have 5 files right now, and that 5 files we have to iterate one by one. So to check, we can use one display message box. And here what we can pass current file. And right now we can run. Is this first file correct? I will open that. So you can check or compare. So is this first file? Is it right or not?
Yes.
What would be the second file? If I'm clicking OK, what is appearing next? Now you tell me what would be the next if I'm clicking OK. Say something.
File 3.
Perfect. Now what is the next value we are expecting?
Sample invoice A.
Yes, perfect. Sample invoice A, and last value would be
Text and image.
yes, that's absolutely right. So what is happening, guys? Here we are going one by one files by using for each. So the basic purpose of for each is getting files one by one. So there are 3 different actions we have performed here. First one is if a folder exists. Second one is a get files in the folder, and third one is a for each. So this folder is available. This action is available to check whether folder is exist. If the folder is exists, then you have to check the files. If the folder doesn't exist, then we can't check this file now. So if the folder doesn't exist, then we can put one condition else here. If folder exists, then this will be the operation. If folder doesn't exist, then we have to print some message box. Folder is not available. Okay. Now, if we want to move files from this folder, this POC folder to another folder, I'll check one more folder and give the name of two. And right now I'll delete all the files available in POC2. Okay. Now, are you able to see this folder is blank, right? And only POC folder is included 5 files. So what is my task? If the files are available in my current folder, this is the folder name or folder path where we can have all the files. Now I have to move all the files available in this folder, in POC folder. So to move files from this folder to another folders, we have the activity like move file. So move file is the activity available. Here you can just name of the file path and for destination folder you can put. So which file name I have to put here? What is the variable name I have to put here? In this action, I have to move my files which are available in POC folder, and I have to move this to POC1 folder or POC2 folder. So to move the files from one folder to another folder, I'm using move file activity. But in move file, I have to put certain values like what is the name of file and what is the destination folder. Destination folder, I'll tell you. My destination folder is in document, sorry, in desktop. POC2 is my destination folder. So here I have to move the files. What would be the variable name? Files to move. क्या लगता है आपको कौन सा वेरिएबल नेम होगा जो मूव करेगा, मतलब जो फाइल मुझे मूव करनी है इस फोल्डर में? Bhaskar, what is your comment?
EST folder.
Which one?
Hello?
Yeah, Bhaskar. What do you think? Which variable name I supposed to put here to my all the files available in str folder files or in this folder? Because we are getting all the files in a str folder files we have stored, and to move the files one by one, currently we are getting one by one values in current file. So which file variable I supposed to pass? Current file.
Current
Yes.
file.
That is absolutely right. So what is happening here? Your all files will be moved from this current file temporary variable to this POC2. So one by one it will happen. We'll see how it is happening. Let me run code. So this is the file one. Now let us compare these two folders. In POC we have 5 files right now, and in POC2 we don't have anything. Now I'll just click OK. File 1 is now in POC2, and POC, this file 1 is moved. Am I right? Is it moved or not? In POC2 we have one file that is moved. If I am clicking again file 2, it will move in POC2. If I'm clicking OK, it will move to third file, fourth file. fifth file. At the end, all files from POC folder is right now blank, and POC2 is folder where all the files are moved. Got it my point? Any questions here? How we can move the files from one folder to another folder? Now, let me delete this POC folder. Let me delete. What will happen right now, guys? I'm expecting answer from your side. What will happen? My first condition, whether it would be successful or fail. Hello?
Fail. Shows an error.
Yeah, it will fail. So if this is not true, then what will happen? It will go into the else now. If this is failed, then it will go to the else. Do you want to check that? Let's see. Folder is not available. So whenever you are doing coding, you have to check all possibilities. If the folder is available, then you can do these operations. If folder is not available, then you have to send email. The folder is not available. That is called as exception handling. That is called as exception handling or error handling, you can say in general term. So this condition is only checking if the folder is available or not. Let me delete this folder exists, or let me move this action to down. Now, without using this, if folder exists activity, if you are doing operations, let me tell you what will happen. Now there is the error, right? Previously it was not erroring out, but right now it's erroring out. आपको समझ में आ रहा है क्या? पहले ये एरर नहीं दिखा रहा था. When we have these conditions, because इसको बोलते perfect use of your exception handling. When you are using this if folder exists activity, then it will check the available folder. If it's not available, it will throw the exception. There will not be any fault or failure of bot. Simply it will send, yeah, this folder is not available, so I'm not able to do certain operations. But if you are not using this if folder exists activity, then bot will fail. Failing the bot is okay. That happens. But that failed bot should send email, or that should be errored out what is happening in the bot, that should be sent to you. And how we can tell that? By using these activities. If folder is not available, you can tell, yeah, this folder is not available, I can't do anything. Got it? Any questions here? Team, we are going like deeper, like slowly. If you are not getting up to the point, please let me know. Do let me, so that I can understand where are you. Okay. This is very crucial task we have to do in all the automations. Now, again, I'll create this POC folder. Okay, I have created POC folder. Right now, I don't have anything in my POC folder, means str folder. I don't have anything. Am I right? It is blank. So what will happen? If the files are nothing, then it will not perform the operation. Okay. So guys, you are so silent. Any questions? Why are you so silent? Are you doing or you are listening or not?
No, no, no. Please
Listening.
continue. Isn't it?
Yeah, because I'm just expecting feedback from your side. Yeah, Shubhangi, any questions?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Okay. So same types of things we can do for the files also. Let's see if the file is, you want to read the Excel file. Excel operations we are going to see next couple of sessions. But before that, let me tell you, if you want to do certain operations to read your file, and if the file is not available, in that case, again, your bot will be failed. So you have to check file exist. So let's see. You can just take the path of any file. In POC2, I have file 1. So if the file is available, then only you can move the file. Now you have to move the files from which file you have to move. You can just put the file name. Sorry, this is available in POC2. So you can just select path, and which is destination folder. Our destination folder is, say something, which folder? POC now. So if this file 1 exists, then only it will move to the POC from POC2 folder. So let me run from here. If file exists, then only it will move from file. Now the file is already moved, guys. You can see in POC we have the file, only one file that is moved, and in POC file 1 is not available. And if I'm again running the same flow, the file is not available, so it will not work anything. It will go in else part. So you can just take one else. And you can print some message. File is not available. Let me run the bot. File is not available. So if you are not using this activity, and let me run the bot, what will happen? Let's see. It will fail. Now what is our expectation? Our expectation is copy the file in place of move file. What is the difference between move file and copy file? What happens when we are moving the files? Can somebody tell me what is difference between copy and move file?
कॉपी अगर फाइल किया तो वो दोनों जगह पे रहता है, अगर मूव किया तो एक ही फोल्डर में रहेगा, दूसरे फोल्डर से जाएगा.
Perfect. So the difference between copy and move is, if you are just moving the files, then the first source file would be removed from the source path and it would be pasted to the destination. But copy doesn't mean that. Copy can have both source and destination have the same file. Now, depending on your requirement, you can use copy path. If you want to have like a template file, for template file you have to always use copy. But if you want to remove your older files from the staging or temporary folder to archive folder, in that case you have to use move file. So depending on the situation, you can use move or copy files. But only thing you should remember, The functionalities are same of both copy and move. Like sorry, not functionality. The working is same, but results are the different. Working is same, the results are different. Any questions, any queries, any doubts? So what is expectation from your side? Till next session you should clear with these use cases. We have completed around 4 use cases, somewhere very small, somewhere medium, and somewhere bit like medium complex you could see for the beginner, but you should complete all these things. Okay. any
Okay.
any comment till now, so that I'll just to go to next session, next part of the session. No. 1, 2. Okay, fine. So let us start with the next session's part, that is a string manipulation. Or we can see text manipulation. So when you are talking about this text or string manipulation, yesterday we gone through some of the actions available in Power Automate, like get text, subtext, something. But today we'll take a couple of examples about how we can actually do string manipulation. So let me check any text file is available with me. Okay, fine. This is the okay. Let me take any sample file. I just copy the path of this file. Right click, copy. You can just get shift right click. Okay. Now my action is I have to read my text file, and in that text file I wanted to have some operations. So to read any PDF, any text file, we have actions as a read text from file. So remember this action, read text from file, and here you can directly pass the path of your file. So here I have a regex or something, regdoc.txt. This is a text file I have taken from my desktop, and variable produced you can just put customize them, or you can make keep as it is. File content. So variable type is str file contents. And if you want to see what is available in my file, I can just use display message and check my str file contents. So this is the file I have already with me. This is a text file. Now, if I have to do other operation related to text, we can do one by one. Let us start with append line to text. Let me change that file. I'll just keep very small content in that file, because you might not understand what is adding or what is going in from that file. Okay, so this is my text. Hello team, welcome to the 4i Software Solutions Private Limited. Now again, let's see what is my result. Yeah. Okay, now if I have to add some text to original file, how can I do that? So for that we have append line to the text. But before that, what text we have to add? We can take one variable, or we can set some content to our variable, set variable, and here we can add some values. str rpa ui path or str append line, append content. RPA power automate. Okay, now my ask is I have to upload, sorry, I have to append the text. This is RPA power automate batch to my str file content variable. So how we can do that? How we can do that? We have append line to text activity. So what is our original text? Can somebody tell me what is our original text? What is original task? What is original text? Huh?
String file contents.
Yes, yes, perfect. String file contents. That's absolutely right. And what is a line to append?
String append.
We have to
content.
append content. Perfect. Okay. Now here we could see our value, appended value, in which variable? In result, na? Am I right? Am I right? Hello? Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
So our original text is this one. Hello team, for a software solution, welcome. And our final text is, this is RPA power automate batch. That is appended to your original text. Got it? So append means your original text is as it is and you are just adding the line at last. Okay. Okay. Now next one is a get subtext. So get subtext is again activity to find out part of the text available to your variable. So what is your original text? Again, we can take result because already we have doing some customization of your operation. So here on the basis of what you are expecting, start of your text, character position, which text you are expecting to extract. So on the basis of your requirement, you can put that. For example, if you want to the start of the text and number of characters, start of the text and end of the text you can put, or you can put character position. Let's say character position is, let's say 10th, and your result would be stored in the subtext. Now I'll take one again display message box. And I'll start running from initial because we have already content in variable. What happened here, guys? Why we are missing first part of the text? What was our expectation? Say something. Because
Starting
we are,
at character 10.
yes, we are starting from character 10. That is the main reason. So on the basis of which character positions you need your text. Sometimes let's see why these operations are needed. Tell me, let me tell you why we need these types of operation. Because let's see in invoices, sometimes we are getting invoices like that INV 5678 something. So this is the invoice coming from email and we are not expecting this INV number. We are expecting only this. Sorry, we are not expecting INV text. We are expecting only this 564467. This is the number of exactly invoice. So whenever business is sending email, business is sending this whole thing. And to enter into the any of the applications, we don't need this INV word, or whatever words are coming, we have to remove that. Sometimes it's coming as INV or sometimes it's coming as IBC. We are only need the last words, last numbers or digits. So to do these types of operations, we are using subtext. So here we can put only last 6 digits. Okay. Bhaskar, please mute yourself.
Yeah, but what's their idea? I mean, so keep different. Right, report.
Bhaskar, please mute yourself.
Wait. Can't expect. Yeah, keep report. Well, first of all, keep it different.
Hello. Okay. So did you understand why I'm like going through these types of operations? In real time, you need this. So that is a second operation of subtext. We can have other operations like pad text. So pad text is again getting first or second part of text that you can understand. Trim text removes the messages. We can use trim text. So I will just use substring subtext and right now we'll see what is happening. So trim is used to remove the spaces in between the two words or 2 digits something. So there are no any spaces in between the 2 lines or something. All the spaces are removed. Again, we have some parse text or replace text. We can replace some values by any other values. Here we can pass. I'll delete some other operations and we'll start from here. So disable these actions, get subtext till or get subtext. Right now in result we have till appended lines. Now if we are replacing the result or something, text to pass, that is appended text. And what you have to find, let's see, welcome and replace with hola. And what you have to see, and just check in display message, value is replaced. Now we can run. So I'm just going through important actions that are needed. Other actions we can explore. So we have replaced in something is replaced. What we have passed append text. We don't have to pass appendix. We have to pass with. Let me check results. We have to pass the result. Okay, hello team, welcome to the forage. Now you could see welcome is replaced by hola. Are you able to see this?
Yes, yes.
So depends on our requirement, we can use this text manipulation operations. We have pass text, split text, again join text. These are the different actions that we can use as per our requirements in our future use case. But just I was expecting to go through high important things through this session. Hope you are clear with this string manipulation, then control structures, and some file and folders activity related things. If you any further questions, do let me know. I will definitely reach out to you in future if you are not comfortable during this session. In future also you can reach out to us. Sounds
Yes.
good?
Yes.
Yeah, that is absolutely perfect question. Because whenever you are taking as a input output variables, from here if you are taking as an input and output variables, you will get definitely type of the variable that you are expecting. Let's see. Number, price, or amount. Let's see amount. So whenever you are declaring any variable as a this type, you are having options as a text, number, boolean, which type of variable you want. You can select from here and you can refer the same variable name outside this flow.
Okay.
So this is the one type of or one method to declare your variable. Okay, when I'm just saving this, you will see number amount is by default converted into the integer because we have already selected type as a
Integer.
number type or integer type. Okay, so this generally this method is used whenever you have the values and that is referred into the another different desktop flow. So this is one desktop flow. If I have to create one more project, then I have to go into the another Power Automate. Here we have to create new flow. That is another project. Got it? So when you have to refer from one project to another project, during that time you can use this input or output variable. But the challenge is if you are using this type of method to declare the variable, when you are invoking this flow into the another one or you are integrating this with another one, always you have to mention value of this variable. You have to put the value, whatever the values you have to put, always you have to specify, and that is a additional work. So most of times whenever you have to use your variable declaration or variable values in the same flow, no need to go to declare from this input or output variable. You have to declare the variable here itself. Now we observed today one challenge regarding our input dialog box, but that input dialog box initially it was not working and after 5 to 10 minutes it start working. You could observe that in variable creation initially it was not working, but when I started taking the values for the switch, it was working. Did you get difference between these two? sometimes it's not working. There might be some certain challenges, but yeah, it is not happening always. Now, let me tell you how you can declare the variable. So whenever you have to use the variable, this input dialog box is never used in any of the like this. This is only for testing purpose. So we are not referring this input dialog box anywhere. This is only for testing purpose. But whenever you need any variable, the standard step is you should create a variable name. Let's see. I have to take variable name as number and my invoice. So number invoice is my variable name, right? So what is the type here that you have to decide? So invoice number is number. Then in that case, you have to declare that as a 5 or something that should be number. If it is string, then you have to set like hello. Whatever default value you can put that. On the basis of your default value, that value would be considered, that type of variable considered in future. So what value you are assigning by default initially, that is important in Power Automate. So here if you are defining.
So you are not recommended for the display of input dialog box, but recommended for the set variable. Is it right?
Yeah, I'm
okay, right.
Depending on the situation, I'm telling you. More 90% you have to refer here only. If you are going by this variable creation, then that is always needed. You have to always worry about what value you have to pass in dynamically. Because if you are moving this flow to another flow, then in that during that time you need to pass the value of that amount, and it is not possible. You always remember what would be the value. So you should use this set variable, and always remember there should be some default value to your variable. Always remember the default value is very important, because if you are not giving any default value to your variable, then sometimes variable type is selected wrongly.
Okay.
Automatically Power data type would be selected, and as per your requirement, that might not be matched.
But most of the cases, default values are not accepted. Maybe as depends upon the client requirement, they are given some values to testing purpose, whatever.
Okay. I mean to say
that case.
I mean to say initially you have to declare number one to let's see I have declared number one to it is equal to 30, but afterwards you have to take this number one from any variable. You can take from that variable. For example, let me take one more set variable. So you can just assign this number one, and here you can assign this number one to any other variable. For example, number amount. Since your number one is already declared as a numeric, your number amount value would be stored to the number one. This is only default value. This is not your final value. This value is only for assigning type of your variable, I would say.
Okay.
Got it?
Little bit. But how to give the a random number? For example, I'm interested to 30 number or 50 number sometimes.
Yeah. This you can put from 1
this is the
to
default number.
Any number you can put 1 or something. That is also okay.
This is the default number. I'm agree with it.
Yeah.
The second one is that.
This is the default number, right? And this number is what you wanted to put in that number.
It's my choice, sir.
Yeah, that is your choice, right?
How it will be assigned?
Okay. Let me tell you. So this number one is my variable, and this one decides what type of variables I have to create. So right now here we can assign number one to one, that means this number one is my numeric type. Got it? Okay. So afterwards, I'm not worrying about this number one. Whatever the values I'm getting through different flows also. We are initially declaring number one is equal to 1, and afterwards I'm getting amount value. So if I wanted to assign in amount value, I have 10 value and I have to assign to that number one. And what will happen? you have to just use set variable number one is equal to no amount, as already I told you. Number one, number this value you can assign to amount. Now, what is the scenario? Your one is not considered here. Here will be considered as a this is numeric one, and I have to assign whatever the value in variable number amount would be stored in number one. So if in number amount we have 10 values, that would be assigned to number one. Sequence is changed. Got it or not?
Please take any input, then I understand this. Otherwise, it confuses.
Okay. Let me tell you. Now we have some values like n1 amount is equal to 10 and number one is a 1. This is default value. So what will happen? Let's see. Now initially I'll go one by one. Now we have number amount is 10 value and number is equal to no. I have to check that. Number one is 0. Initially there should not be any values. As I'm going to this one, number one is 1 value. You could see here. Is it right? Is it right? Now I'm just assigning number one. How it goes? Number one is equal to. It goes 10 now. Why? Because we are assigning number one amounts value to the number one. Got it? Okay. In most of times, what will happen, Bhaskar, when we are taking real-time examples, during that moment you can understand more clearly, because this is like just assumptions we are taking. These are just assumptions. We are assuming like number one is equal to 1, then amount is 10. But actually, whenever we are passing actual values, we can understand in real-time scenario.
Okay, we'll do that next session, but clear cut-off vision. But I hope.
Yeah, confusion is clear now, right now.
But my question it is the how to give the user input. For example, to set the variable number, it is the 10, whatever my choice it is the 20. Next choice is the 30. How it will be automatically take from the inputs user.
To take the value from the user, we have display input dialog.
The display input to dialog box, it is a not workout right now. So you just told me it is a
no, it is worked actually. It is training purpose. Obviously, it is not using real time. But what is happening? This value we are getting. Let's see. We have Excel operations. Okay. In Excel operations, we have amount column. So from that column, we are getting those values, and that values we can assign here. So this is dynamic things we have to deal whenever we have actual scenarios of that type. Right now we have taken input dialog box to understand the situation. Means we are getting the values from the user. So we are getting.
Can I share my screen, please?
Yes. Yes.
Is it visible?
Yes.
See, my input it is the number one, no, and output variable it is the number one, no, okay, and number one, number two input dialog box and set a variable.
Yeah.
This is the my task.
Yes.
So just now I wanted to run the task.
Yeah, it is not coming as a 10. That is your question, right?
For example, you just time you told that, is it right?
Yes. Meanwhile, we'll stop recording.